How's it going, everyone? This is Jamie here at Temple Garden Yoga in Largo. Today, I wanted to talk to you about the Mala Japa and how it's used, and my take that modern day people can how they can use the Mala Japa. So, the first thing is the short word for it is Mala. You would know it. You might see Hindus wear this, Buddhists would wear this, some yogis would wear this, um, and then you'll have a version of it in other cultures. For example, Catholics have the rosary, Muslims have the misbaha, um, it, and it's used to count mantra. So 108 repetitions of saying a mantra. It can be out loud, it can be in your mind. Um, and the problem is, I find with modern day people in the Malajapa, is you'll say a mantra in a language that's not the language you speak. And so the meaning is lost. And so what I think, the first thing I think that modern people should do, if you're going to say a mantra, say it in a native language that you speak. So um, and then, second of all, it should have to do something pertaining to your scenario in life. So it should be useful to you. And so, how do I see the modern life? I see modern life as our attention is too broad spread. We don't simmer on thought anymore. For example, just 100 years ago, when we read instead of watched TV, um, that week that you might read a few hours a night to get through that book, your thoughts would linger for a long period of time in a single idea or thought for many more hours. We're here between the adverts and the news cycle and the friends posting that you're constantly running through, that you don't even remember in a day or two because there's more content that you're going through. So we don't simmer on thoughts for too much time. We do simmer on emotion and feeling often. Um, and often today in the modern world, that's depression, as a lot of people um, are aware of and familiar. But the point is that for me, the Malajapa represents the opportunity to simmer on a thought for some extended period of time. If you would sit and tell yourself, for example, I am enough 108 times, just the statement, I am enough, to some people is already very profound. And I remember the first time that I heard it, a yoga teacher say that. And it's something that um, has lingered in my mind, has simmered for a long time. And there's other mantras that I've used to apply to myself. So, what are some of those? I am whole and complete. I am enough. I value myself. Focus on the process is one that I use. And what that means is, a lot of times people look at the end result. Like, if you go to university, you can't see graduation day 4 years down the road. So, but if you focus on the process, every single class, every single semester, every single assignment, every single test, every single exam, then the outcome just happens. And so, the if you are focusing on the process, this can kind of take away from the anxiety of the brain, of the uncertainty of outcome. Um, and we don't um, do that. We often, again, we have the paradox of choice. There's so much to choose from that we don't focus on a single thing for extended period of time. So that's what the mantra to me is about. And so when this sits on your shelf, it doesn't mean you have to pick it up and do 108 mantra. You can simply be reminded, yeah, I'm enough. And you can tell yourself that throughout the day. So it's kind of a cue, is a tool that I see modern people using it as. Now, do you ever want to sit down and uh, tell yourself that you need to value yourself? Sometimes putting several together, I am whole and complete, I am enough, I value myself. Stacking them is something that people can do. And you can consciously tell yourself that over a 2 or 3 minute period. You don't need the mala. The idea is that you're repetitively bringing the thought back to things that give you value as opposed to things that are breaking you down or not healthy or any number of things that are not building you up. So, or helping you any other way otherwise. Um, So there's another one that I've also started to use recently. I'd like to share with you, and it's while it's easy to give in, it takes the best of us to endure, and it just reminds us that wallowing in comfort and in pleasure, it honestly makes us weak. And as modern humans, we're the weakest we've ever been, mentally and physically. Um, but it's endurance and persistence that sets a momentum towards a new outcome, a different horizon, um, a new outlook. So if you want, something different, you have to put in a different energy to get a different outcome. And so again, I'm going to say that one again. This one that I've been using recently, and I really like it. While it's easy to give in, it takes the best of us to endure. While it's easy to give in, it takes the best of us to endure. While it's easy to give in, it takes the best in us, the best we have in us to come out to endure. And again, people in history aren't famous because they lived a life of comfort. They're famous for what they did and how they overcome. These are the stories that are true. My favorite stories to hear is the stories of overcoming. So I hope that this helps you. Again, this is just a reminder to think, where are your thoughts simmering? Where are they residing? Are they not healthy? Can you better them? Can you tell yourself something a little bit better than what you've been telling yourself recently? Otherwise, these types of things. And if any of the mantra that I've mentioned today serve you any purpose, please use them as you choose. So, thank you so much for watching.